Dangerous looking function which is asking that the function is negative if and only if, and basically asking when is it less than 0. So instead of solving less than 0, in the options you are given different ranges of x. So let us just take out sample range values for x, and obviously the easiest one will to take would be x equal to 0. So let me find out f of 0 over here. ये 0 0 minus 15 0 0 minus 18 हो जाएगा. So minus 15 upon minus 18 gets cancelled out, and you are currently getting a positive number. If you're getting a positive number, then obviously 0 is not belonging to your answer set, and therefore B part minus 2 to 3 which contains a 0, and D part minus 2 to 3 which contains a 0 is gone, is eliminated. B and D are gone. Between A and C, these two ranges are common between 3 and 9, and the other two ranges are different between minus 5 and minus 2, or x less than minus 5. So let me take any random value which belongs to only one of these ranges, for example minus 3. Let me calculate f of minus 3. F of minus 3 you will calculate by putting minus 3 here. Minus 3 squared 9, minus 6 minus 15 divided by 9 plus 21 minus 18, and simplify, you get minus 12 divided by 12, which is a negative number. When it is negative, then minus 3 must belong to part of the solution set, so it has to be A part and not C part, because C part does not contain minus 3. So your answer is A part for this question. Tough question which combines inequalities along with modulus. What you have is that you have three positive numbers in an inequality. Positive because it's a modulus. And because these are three positive numbers, I can now square them, right? I can now square them without disturbing the inequality, and the process or requirement or benefit of squaring is that now the modulus has been put out of operation. It no longer has an effect. So let me just square n square plus 60 square minus 120n is less than n square plus 100 square minus 200n is less than n square plus 20 square minus 40n. These are three inequalities that I have. I'll call them 1, 2, 3, and I'll take two at a time to try to get some useful results out of it. If I take inequality 1 less than 2, right, n square gets cancelled off. 10,000 minus 3600 is 6400, and minus 120n plus 200n becomes 80n. Okay, so from here I get n is less than 80. Let me take the second and the third one now. Again, n square gets cancelled. 10,000 minus 400 is 9600 is less than 160n. So therefore I get that 60 is less than n. दूसरा inequality आ गया. And let me take the third one. The first and third together, n square gets cancelled. 36 minus 4, 3200 is less than 80n. That means 40 is less than n. So in totality, what I get over here is that n should be less than 80, but more than 60, more than 40. And I have to take the common area satisfying everything. So less than 80 is confirmed, but more than 60, more than 40, common area is more than 60. So n lies between 60 and 80, that is 61 to 79, and that is a total of 19 numbers. The answer is D part for this question. Problem from percentages, and it might be using variables which you have to define very carefully. You have identical chocolate boxes sold in boxes of two sizes, small and large. The large box is sold for twice the price of the small box. So I'm going to take the boxes, small and large, and the number of grams, in the large box, let me take L. In the small box, let me take S. Okay? I'll call it quantity. Grams in each box, and you will find out eventually why am I saying number of grams. And I'll take price. Let's say the large box is sold for twice of small box, so let me take 200 and 100. If the selling price per gram of chocolate in the large box, now you understand why I took per gram. Selling price per gram in the large box is 12% less than that of the small box. So what is the selling price per gram in the large box? Price 200 divided by number of grams in the box, L, is 12% less. 12% less means 88%, which is 0.88 of the small box, which becomes, ये लिख देते हैं यहाँ पे, L grams per box, S grams per box. ठीक है, that's grams. 0.88 for the small box, that becomes 100 upon S. Then by what percentage? The percentage by which the weight of chocolate in the large box, that is L, exceeds the small box. So L S से कितना ज़्यादा है? So let's quickly get L upon S. ये हो जाएगा 200 divided by 0.88 into 100, that's 88. So 288 से कितना ज़्यादा है? Divided by 88 into 100 is 127.27%, and the answer is A part for question number 3. Question on logs, one of the elementary kinds, and only a calculation error might lead to an error over here. So I have 3 log terms all in base 10, and I'm going to put them together now on the RHS. So 5 equal to, यहाँ पे आ जाएगा आपका original वाला log, and this is 1 minus x square का root but in the denominator. So I'm going to write it in the numerator, 1 minus x square, and it becomes to the power minus half. Minus half because it's in the denominator and I have a square root. ठीक है? Plus I'll take this log term, log root 1 plus x, which is 1 plus x to the power half, and then minus 4 log 1 minus x का root. ठीक है? I'll take this 4 into the power now. Power में ले गए, so square root to the power 4 becomes whole square. ठीक है? So this goes, this becomes whole square. Now I have 3 log terms in the same base. एक add हो रहा है, एक subtract हो रहा है. So the place of addition becomes a multiplication and the place of subtraction becomes a division. So the term comes inside the denominator. ठीक है? I'll take this now, which is a power minus half, उसको denominator में ले जाते हैं. 1 minus x square to the power half, and then I'll separate the terms. 1 minus x square is 1 minus x into 1 plus x to the power half. ठीक है? तो आपका 1 plus x to the power half gets cancelled out, and now this expression that you have available is 1 minus x whole square and power half. So 2 plus half becomes 5 by 2. 1 minus x square, sorry, 1 minus x, 2 plus half becomes 5 by 2, and we take a reciprocal, so it becomes minus 5 by 2. According to the property of log, the power and you have base 10. According to the property of log, the power can come down, minus 5 by 2, and now the 5 will get cancelled and you'll get a 1. ठीक है? Cross multiply, 2 and minus को cross multiply करो, it becomes a minus 2. Now this whole thing becomes 1 minus x is basically equal to x 10 to the power minus 2. It is the removal of log property, again something that you already know. When you want to remove log from an expression, and 10 power minus 2 is 1 upon 100. So x becomes 1 minus 1 by 100 is 99 upon 100. So 100x becomes 99 is the right answer for question number 4. Now this is a question on equations. So let us quickly write those equations. You have a basket of 2 apples, 4 oranges and 6 mangoes. So 2 apples, price of an apple A ले लेते हैं. Oranges 4, price of an orange B ले लेते हैं. Mango 6, price of a mango 6m ले लेते हैं. Costs the same as a basket of 1 apple, 4 oranges, 4b and 8 mangoes, 8m. Immediately I see that 4b can get cancelled over here, so I will get a equal to 2m. ठीक है? अच्छा, this is also equal to or a basket of 8 oranges and 6 mangoes. That's 8 oranges, 8b, 6 mangoes, that is, I'm sorry, 7 mangoes, that is 7m. ठीक है? Then the number of mangoes in a basket of mangoes that has the same cost as all these other baskets. So if each of these baskets is equal and it is now equal to another basket, उसके अंदर कितने mangoes होंगे? ठीक है? is equal to a basket with how many mangoes. So I'm going to substitute a equal to 2m over here. ठीक है, so 2m plus 8m हो जाएगा 10m. So I will get 4b plus 10m is equal to 8b plus 7m. So I get a conversion for the remaining variable as well, and that's 3m is equal to 4b. ठीक है, और यहाँ पे 8b है मेरे पास. If I can convert that into m, so if 3m is 4b and a is equal to 2m, then 6m becomes equal to 8b. And let me substitute that over here. यहाँ पे 8b पे 6m डाल दो. So 8b plus 7m becomes 6m plus 7m. That is equal to 13m. Each of these baskets is equal to 13 mangoes in one basket. The answer is B part. So this was a standard question on equations, nothing very difficult about it. Standard question on geometry. The area of a regular hexagon can be written as 6 into the area of 6 small equilateral triangles. So 6 into root 3 by 4 a square, where a becomes the side of the hexagon. Okay? Now this is equal to the area of an equilateral triangle of side 12, that's root 3 by 4 into 12 square. Then the length of each side of the hexagon is a का value चाहिए. They are asking us for the value of a. 6 से गया 2 times, that's 24. A square is 24, so a becomes 2 root 6. So the answer is C part. That's it. That is the answer. Right, this is a normal word problem. Onion is sold for 5 consecutive months at a rate 10, 20, 25, 25 and 50 kg respectively. A family spends a fixed amount of money on onion for each of the first 3 months. Let me assume some value. Let's take 100 rupees. First 3 months 100, 100, 100. Okay? And then spends half that amount for the next 2 months. So 50, 50. 50, 50 हो गया. एंड प्राइस उन्होंने दिया हुआ है आपको 10, 20, 25, 25 एंड 50. ठीक है. Then the average expense for onion for the family over the 5 months. Average expense will be total expense divided by quantity. So I need quantity per month. So let's calculate quantity per month. That's money divided by price. ये 100 by 10, 100 by 20, 100 by 25, 50 by 25 and 50 by 50. So total money is 400 rupees. Total quantity is 22 kg. Divide करेंगे answer आएगा. Average expense 400 divided by 22 gives me 18.18. The answer is A part for question number 7. Alright, this is a tough question, fairly tough question on quadratic equations with modulus. You have r is a constant, and this quadratic with a modulus equal to r has exactly 3 distinct real roots. Then the value of r is, and the 4 values of r that are given are positive values. Okay? So first I'll open the mod and I'll write x square minus 4x minus 13 is plus minus r. Okay? Is equal to plus minus r. And I'll just bring it this side and make it minus plus r, and let me write down 2 quadratics out of it. X square minus 4x minus 13 plus r is 0 and minus r is 0. Okay? Done. Now let me calculate when both of these quadratic equations have real roots. Then let me write down the discriminant for these. B square 16 minus 4ac, that's minus 13 plus r. And then similarly for the other case. Now let me simplify this further. This becomes 52 plus 16, that's 68 minus 4r, and 4 common, 17 minus r. Similarly on the other side, the plus becomes a minus and the minus becomes a plus. You get 68 plus 4r. Okay? Now look at these values. Look at all of these values. These are the 4 values, and for these 4 values you will observe that 68 plus 4r is greater than 0. What happens if d is greater than 0? It means that you have 2 roots. And in total, how many roots do we have? We have 3 roots. So if I already have 2 roots and I have a total of 3, that means from the other quadratic I get 1 root. And how do I get only 1 root? 1 root is when the discriminant is equal to 0. So this is equal to 0. So r is equal to 17. C part is the right answer for this very beautiful question. It is a question from Profit and Loss. Mr. Amal purchases some pens at 8 rupees each, so the cost price is 8 rupees. To sell these, he hires an employee at a fixed wage, let the wages be W. Now he sells 100 of these pens for 12 rupees, that's 100 into 12. And if the remaining pens are sold at 11 rupees each. So let me say that the remaining pens are Y, so selling price becomes 11Y. Okay, this total is now the selling price. Then he makes a net profit of 300 rupees. So profit means SP minus CP. Minus what is the CP? CP will be kitne pens hain? 100 plus Y. And what is the cost price? 8 rupees is equal to the profit. Also among the costs is the wages. CP में क्या आ गया? Pens 100 plus Y, cost price 8 rupees, wages W is now equal to your 300 rupees. ये 300 आ गया. SP minus CP 300. Now, while he makes a net loss of 300 if the remaining pens are sold for 9 rupees each. ठीक है? So I'm going to take this whole equation again, and I'm going to create a loss of 300 rupees if the remaining pens are sold for 9 rupees each. तो इसी पूरे को कॉपी करके नीचे लिख देते हैं. And instead of 11 rupees, let me replace it with 9 rupees. Everything else is the same except that यहाँ पे जो अब profit आना था वो अब loss है. So profit was originally plus 300. Now it's a loss, so I'll put a minus sign and 300. ठीक है? Two equations, two variables, W निकालेंगे. Let's subtract these two equations. ये first दोनों cancel. 11y minus 9y is 2y. ये पूरा का पूरा cancel and W cancel when I subtract. And 300 minus 300 is now 600. So y का value आ गया 300, which I will put now into equation number 1 originally to get the value of W. 100 into 12 is 1200 plus 11 into 300 is 3300 minus 400 into 8 is 3200 minus W is 300. इसको solve कर दो, you get the wages as rupees 1000, and that is your answer. And this was a straightforward question. We solved it a little more efficiently. You might have created a different kind of equation, CP minus SP equal to loss करके, but घूम फिर के बात तो एक ही है. Right, this is a question on simple interest, compound interest, and we are going to do something very amazing and revolutionary over here and make a very short solution out of it. Anil invests some money at interest compounded annually. Interests for the second and third year are given. Okay? Compound interest for the second year is represented by a formula PR1 plus R, which is equal to 806.75. Let me write down that capital R over here represents small r by 100. It's my personal notation. And I have a formula for compound interest for any particular year, just the nth year, second year, third year, fourth year. That formula is PR into 1 plus R to the power n minus 1. ठीक है? इसीलिए from here I get CI second year is 806.25, and similarly I get it for the third year. ठीक है? Third year हो जाएगा PR 1 plus R whole square, and that is provided as 866.72. I have to find it for the fourth year. तो fourth year का formula क्या होगा? From the formula given over here, fourth year would be PR1 plus R whole cube. And whole cube निकालने के लिए I could simply take CI third PR1 plus R whole square ले लूँगा, उसमें into 1 plus R कर दूँगा. I'll just take the third year and multiply it by 1 plus R and get my answer. All I need now is 1 plus R. And if you just divide these two equations, PR gets cancelled, 1 plus R gets cancelled, divide these two using your calculator, you get 1.075. So 1 plus R is 1.075. So just put in the values now. 806. Third year is 866.72 into 1.075. You get 931.72. The answer is A part for this question. We have reduced it to nothing. We have ridiculed it. We have stultified it. And that's question number 10. Next question from averages, and let us go through that. Strength of an indigo solution in percentage is equal to the amount of indigo in grams per 100 cc of water. I have two 800 cc bottles filled with indigo solutions of strength 33% and 17%. ठीक है, a part of the solution from the first bottle is thrown away and replaced by an equal volume of the solution from the second bottle. So 33% is being mixed with 17%, but volumes are different. If the strength of the indigo solution in the first bottle is now changed to 21%, then what is the volume of the solution left in the second bottle? So what I'm going to take is that if I have two 800 cc bottles, from the first bottle, let me say that x ml is taken out and thrown away. ठीक है, अगर x निकाल के फेंक दिया, 800 minus x is left of 33%. It is now mixed with that xml has been replaced from the second solution. So xml from the second solution. First bottle में से x उठा के फेंक दिए and it is mixed with xml from the second bottle. Percentages लिख लेंगे 33% and 17%. This mixture in totality has 21%. Standard allegations will give us the answer. 33 minus 21 is 12%. And 21 minus 17 is 4%. Finally, ratio of terms, 800 minus x upon x is 4 upon 12, that's 1 upon 3. इससे आपका x का value आ जाएगा as 600. If x is 600 and 600 from the second bottle has been thrown away, then second bottle में कितना बचा? 800 minus 600 बचा, 200 is the right answer. If in the second bottle, out of 800, 600 has been thrown away, how much is left? 800 minus 600 is left. The answer is 200. And this was question number 11.